Hello everyone, Joel here from Golf Monthly, and in this video I'm going to be attempting something that I've never done before. I'm going to try and carry an iron with a 7 marked on the bottom of it over 200 yards, and the reason I think I'm going to do that today in this video is because I've got a secret weapon up my sleeve. I'm really excited to give it a go, but before we reveal exactly what that club is, I need to remind you to click that subscribe button to the Golf Monthly YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our equipment review videos. And if you like what you're watching, make sure you click the like button, and I'd encourage you to watch this video to the end because there are some very interesting results. As we know, manufacturers have created irons recently or over the years that hit the ball further. Why they're hitting the ball further? Because the lofts are becoming stronger and stronger. Why are they getting stronger? Well, that's because the manufacturers say they've incorporated new technologies that launch the ball higher and faster, so they have to strengthen the lofts to manage the ball flight. If they didn't, the ball would go too high and actually lose distance, especially into the wind. There's been some pretty extreme examples recently. You look at the Wilson Staff D7 7 iron, that was at 28 degrees. Callaway have got a couple of models, so the Epic Forged and the Rogue X irons that are 27 degrees in the 7 iron, but none are as extreme as the iron I'm going to be testing today. So without further ado, let's find out exactly what it is and what it's all about. Okay, so the 7 iron we're talking about today is, you may be surprised to see this, it's the Yonex E-Zone CB 701 iron. Now this has a 7 iron loft of 26 degrees. It's the strongest 7 iron I've ever encountered, certainly in my time testing golf equipment over the last 6 or 7 years, however long it's been. It actually has the same loft as my current 5 iron in my bag. And there's some really interesting technologies that Yonex have incorporated into this club. You'll notice it does have a graphite shaft, and if you saw my graphite shaft video recently on the Golf Monthly YouTube channel, I'll put a link down below. I'd encourage you to check that out because there were some interesting findings from that. The most notable ones were the fact that it was a bit lighter did allow me to swing the club faster, which is why I'm pretty confident I'm going to achieve some really good distance with this club. Hopefully break that 200 yard barrier. What I found interesting was the technology in this head. I've got it written down here on my phone. So the shaft is a new dimension graphite material called NAMD, N-A-M-D, which dramatically improves the interface adhesion of the graphite fibres and resin, resulting in high strength, lightweight, increased flex and unprecedented snapback. That all sounds fantastic. It's got a very thin steel miraging face, which Yonex say should also give you more ball speed and distance, and it's got some graphite inside the head to dampen the vibrations to improve the feel, and there is some tungsten weighting in here as well. So you know, this is a really interesting prospect for me. Super strong lofts, lightweight graphite shafts. The big question is, are we going to break that 200 yard barrier? I'll be honest with you, I think I'm a little bit up against it today trying to do this challenge here today. I'm at Burghley Park Golf Club here in Stamford. I'm going to use the excellent driving range here. It's a cold day. I've got quite a few layers on. That's going to potentially restrict my movement and my swing speed. You know, I've got range balls. Admittedly, these are brand new range balls from Swixon, literally straight out of the box. So hopefully that's going to maximise my chances of doing this challenge. And I have Burghley Park's Foresight Sports GCQuad launch monitor to give me all the numbers and to see if I'm going to break that 200 yard barrier mark. So I think without further ado, let's head over to the range and get started, see if we can do it. Right, okay, let's get this challenge underway. I'm confident this Yonex club can give me that 200 yard carry. Got it in the regular graphite, which is a bit annoying. Have tested it before in the stiff regular, and actually quite liked it. You saw in my previous video how much I like those graphite shafts. So let's go, let's see if we can do it. I'm fully loose. Let's see what we can do. I've hit that pretty well. 192, good start. I'm going to discount shots that finish more than 15 yards left of target because, you know, I don't want to be cheating by hitting massive hooks to get that 200 yard carry. Bit toey. Dead straight though. 185. Bit toey again. 190. Might have to de-jumper today. It's 8 degrees. Bit of a block, yeah. Nope. 190. 191. Oh, I can definitely do this. Come on. 189. Oh, I absolutely smoked that. Right, jumper's coming off. Jumper's off. No restrictions, no excuses, apart from a bit of a soft shaft on this, but 188. 194. Okay, so that's where we are at the moment. 194. Daylight is running out, and we've got 6 more yards to find. Can we do it? He's done it. 200 yards. Right, let's see if I can. I'll show you it for proof. You know that. There it is. 200 yards. A little bit of a hook, but there it is, the proof. We did it. 200 yards. To be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to hit it any further than that. I might hit a couple more, but that's hard work. But there you have it. The Yonex E-Zone CB 701, bit muddy, has crushed that 200 yard barrier just. And to be fair, even though this iron is very strong loft, you know, average peak height, looking at the data, is 32. So it's not like it's going too low and it's, you know, uncontrollable, or it's going too high. It's about right, actually. I think a slightly firmer shaft would control that a little bit better, but there you go, 200 yards. We'll stop there. Still, I think 200 yards with that 7 iron is an achievement. Didn't think I was going to do it, but there you go. What do you guys think about hitting a 200 yard 7 iron? I'm absolutely knackered now. Got that shot with 200, so I'm absolutely delighted. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that fun challenge video where I was kind of basically showcasing what modern irons can do these days, with the way that manufacturers are improving their technology but also strengthening the lofts to manage that and giving golfers more distance. I think, you know, this just goes to show that the number on the bottom of the iron these days means next to nothing. You know, 7 irons range from 26 degrees, which we've got with the Yonex club that I tested today, all the way up to 34, 35 degrees. You know, that's a big gap of loft where, you know, the variances in distances you're going to be hitting certain clubs will vary considerably. So if you are testing a new iron up against your current set or an older model, make sure you check with the fitter what loft the iron that you're testing is and how it compares to what you're using, because if you're seeing gains in distance, it might not necessarily be down to the wonderful new technology that the manufacturers have put in the club. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure that plays a part, but make sure you check the lofts, because there might be some discrepancies there which will account for a great deal of the gains that you're seeing from iron to iron. I think for me personally, irons aren't really about gaining distance. I don't really want to see massive gains in distance when I'm testing new irons, certainly for myself anyway, because for me irons are all about going a certain distance consistently. If I can hit a certain number repeatedly, that's going to help my ability to score, find more greens, etc. And especially if those off-centre hits aren't losing distance, you know, that's really key. And also the flight, I want to see the ball travelling through a certain flight window. And, you know, when I look up, I don't want to see it going too high, I don't want to see it going too low, don't want to see too much shape on it. You know, these are things that I consider. I know there's golfers like Tiger Woods, he's really specific on the flight window that he wants to see with an iron. You know, if it's 1 or 2 yards out, he notices that straight away and he's not going to put that club in play. So just think about what you really value from your iron set. Is it the feel? Is it the looks? Is it the distance consistency? If you do want more distance, if you struggle with distance, then yes, there are irons that have super strong lofts that are going to help you out. And we've seen from this Yonex club, you're not losing out on flight or launch, especially with that graphite shaft. It's going to help you get more clubhead speed, and it's also going to help launch the ball a little bit higher. So it is an option to consider. These are expensive clubs, these Yonex E-Zone CB 701s, £220 per club. It's a lot of money, but there are some golfers out there who would benefit from the performance if money is no object. But like I mentioned, check those lofts. That will account for some of the gains that you're seeing when you're testing new irons. Hopefully you found this video engaging and interesting and a little bit useful as well to watch. But for now, from Burghley Park Golf Club here in Stamford, it's goodbye.